is the Fido broadcast. I think this is what, 43?
Wow.
Yes, this is the second one that we have pre-recorded because I wasn't happy with the way streaming software was working. I don't think we have the technology yet to stream. But someday we will. So we've got the card back. This tells me where the camera is, so at least now maybe I'll be able to put this stuff in front of the camera. All right. This is Wednesday the 17th. Again, we just have the finished pencil. I guess today we'll be inking this. We have Dino, Bo, Fido. Dino, where's your half of the rent? I gave it to a woman on the internet. Why the hell did you do that? She sent me a heart emoji.
Aww.
You know, this one went through like writing hell.
Yes, it did. I remember. I was there for it. I recognized the hell that you went through on this one, and the many different rewrites and changes and captions.
Let's get the book up here. Let's see if we can trace the history of this one.
History of all of this? How big is that book?
I guess it would be back here somewhere. Yeah, you can see I prepared this bit. No. Cat do a job, bury bones. What's cat supposed to be doing around here? Yeah. I guess we can't trace the. If I ever.
That's because I think you must have burned them or ripped them up just to get them out of your psyche.
If I ever planned this bit better, you could. Oh, here we go. Dino, where's your half of the rent? I gave it to a woman on the internet. Are you crazy? Why'd you do that? And started out. She smiled at me, and it was when I said hi in the instant messenger. She responded with a heart emoji, and then we just curtailed it down to she sent a heart emoji. Yeah, that's yeah. Put that book away. Okay, well, it is Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll be inking this one. Put that up on the magnets. This would be Thursday, the 18th. We're not. Usually, I like to have a week's worth of comic strips here. So by this being Wednesday, I know that I'm 3 days ahead of schedule.
Yes, you are.
So, okay, here's Thursday. We have Dino again and Fido. It's a very similar situation to here because it's the same scene. Dino's still at the laptop computer at the table, so I put them together. Dino says, there are 135 million dogs and cats in the United States. And Fido says, really? Wow. We gotta do something about all those cats. There's Felicia. Okay, this is the Friday now. Where are they on Friday? Of course, they're in the bar. So we have Dino drunk here getting, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about a dozen glasses we'll have there. Cat boss bring him another one. And he stumbles home using a no parking sign as a walking stick. Crawls up the stairs, and he's passed out in a pool of vomit on the floor. And Fido says, see what I'm doing? Rub his nose in it and he'll learn not to do it again. What do you do with dogs?
Will he really learn?
And here's a Saturday one. Here's the think piece. Yes, this is the one for all those people who know so much about things. Carl Sagan said that the universe is neither benign nor hostile, but merely indifferent. So the universe is like a cat? That would explain the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. The cats knocked things off the table. Yeah. So here's the Saturday one. And let's see, we have Monday. We still have to do the finished pencil on this one. They're just Dino, Bo, and Fido walking home. We should get back home. The cat's been sick. And Fido runs ahead of them to his land of merchandise, and he says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Can I interest you in purchasing some of your cleaning supplies? Always ready to make a profit is Fido. All right, let's organize these suckers back up, and we can get some inking done. Now, as I caution you every week, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on this face of the planet. So, I must glove up before I make this beautiful, clean paper any more filthy. And let's choose our weapon. Let's see. I'm going for that one, I think. Yes, yes. That looks like it's got a good point on it. What do you think? So, we're all coffeeed up this week. My coffee maker makes this lovely frothy top.
And you made me a yum coffee also.
Indeed. So while I'm thinking of it, Guardians of the Galaxy releases this week.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh boy, we gonna go see them?
No. And you know, we enjoyed the other films, the Guardians of the Galaxy films. They were okay. I just lost interest in Disney, I guess. But here's the image of them from the poster, and I would like to point out the character on the far right. I believe her name is it Gamora? Let me get that. I wrote it down. I'm not really paying attention here. No, that's the Kathleen Kennedy list. Nebula. Yes, this would be the character Nebula. Gamora is not in the photo. That would be Chris Pratt's girlfriend in the original films. Now, here's the actress that plays Gamora. Nebula, I'm sorry. Karen Gillan, very, very attractive woman. And I'd like to point out that she has the typical rounded shoulders of a woman and the bosoms and etc.
She is a female.
And what we have here are male shoulders. Let's bring these together. Now, this character was photoshopped to be a man. Or this woman is as androgynous as possible. There's almost a bulge here. For goodness sakes.
Oh, no.
Now, there should be bulges here. You know, let a cartoonist assist you in how to make a proper movie poster. And let's bring those shoulders to a little bit more of a curve. And let's bring the hips out. That would be bringing the waist in a little bit. Women generally have a waist that goes in, the hips that come out. They call them childbirthing hips. And there you go. At least Hollywood's afraid of making women look like women. Look at poor what's her name over here playing the other character. They've got her.
Oh, Zendaya. No, not Zendaya.
No, yeah, they've got her up in this big green parka.
Saldana? Is it that?
What a shame! What a shame! For goodness sakes, Chris Pratt here has more of a woman's body than she does. Look at this.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying, oh, jeez.
In Hollywood, that is why you fail. Now I can tell you another reason why they fail. I did not make up this list. Someone else made it up. But this is a complete list of the Star Wars shows that Kathleen Kennedy has canceled. Okay. Now, the completed ones, there are two of them. That would be the J.J. Abrams' Force Awakens and Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. And J.J. returned, of course, for The Rise of Skywalker. But okay, not completed. We have Garrett Edwards' Rogue One, which is written by Tony Gilroy. We have Josh Trank's Boba Fett movie, which was canceled. We have the Phil Lord and Miller Solo. They were fired, and Ron Howard had to finish it. We had Colin Trevorrow. He was going to do Duel of the Fates. That was rewritten by J.J. into the third film that is not listed. Stephen Daltrey was going to do the Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's now a TV show. James Mangold was going to do a Boba Fett movie, and well, that's now a TV show, and well, we know what happened to that thing. Benioff and Weiss, they were going to do an untitled Jedi prequel. Yeah, that was canceled. Patty Jenkins was going to do Rogue Squadron, canceled. J.D. Dillard had an untitled project, canceled. Kevin Feige and Michael Waldron also had an untitled project, canceled. Damon Lindelof and Justin Gibson, also another untitled Star Wars project, canceled. And we are still waiting for the Rian Johnson trilogy, which he claims is going to happen once he stops making bad detective films for Netflix. Oh, and let's see. Yeah. So as the gentleman at Valiant Renegade says, Kathleen Kennedy has fired more people than she has hired. Rather profound there, Mr. Valiant. I thank Valiant Renegade for that research.
You did.
Well, I just the second thanked Valiant Renegade for that research. Yeah, it's a good channel. I recommend everyone check it out. Okay, we're going to start with the word balloons. I just do word balloons like parentheses. Boom. Boom. So what's new, Chief Colorist?
Oh, just that I went in and thought my mother was on death door and was waiting for a doctor to call me to tell me, what the latest bad news was, and the doctor didn't call, but my mother did.
You cannot kill the old 87-year-old.
You can't.
No.
I was expecting, I saw the hospital phone number, and I was expecting the doctor to say, oh, well, da-da-da-da, or da-da-da-da. And I answered the phone, I'm like, hello. My mother's like, hello.
Well, we were there. We were there early today. She did not look good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She looked horrible. I'm not laughing at it. She looked bad. She looked really, really bad. The only reason why I came home is because you and the doctor said that she was stable and
Yes,
she was going to sleep for a while. So I came home perfectly thinking, or
I-
in my mind, I was going to go back in a little while.
Yes, I used my natural charm and manipulative nature for good this time. Yeah, usually I.
It's so infrequently.
Well, I'll get you home. Yeah, it wouldn't help to keep you there all night.
I know. What?
It would not help to keep you
I
there
thought
all.
you said she would have kept you there all night, and I'm like, no. She actually, one of the things she did manage to say was, I was going to tell him to tell you not to come. Yeah, okay, Mom. You can't breathe, and they don't know, what's going on with you. But yeah, I'm not
Cheers.
going to come. I'm going to stay home and twiddle my thumbs until somebody maybe calls me.
Ah.
Anyway, other than that, I don't think we watched anything this week either. Last week we said we didn't watch any TV shows, and I don't think we watched any this week either.
There's just nothing out there. As I said earlier, we're not going to see Guardians of the Galaxy. We've heard it's what I'm going to call the Andor effect. We've heard so many great things about it. It's supposedly good and everything, and just like we've heard so many great things about Andor, the Diznee TV show. Just don't care anymore. They.
Well,
I think Marvel's has come across the Andor effect. Were you going to say?
well, no, I was just going to say that they also haven't made it easy for us to go because we either have to go into the big city, or we have to go like 20-minute drive to get to a theater. There's no more theaters around us.
Yeah, you notice it. They closed all the theaters in Boston.
Yep. Well, not all of them in Boston, but all of them on the outskirts. And inskirts and outskirts. No, but the one we go to got closed.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it costs so much money. We're used to not going because we couldn't go for so long, so it's not like,
Hey.
we're,
Yeah, I'm not much into going out these days. It's not that the city's not safe. Actually, it's pretty damn safe. We're not like San Francisco.
oh,
Yeah.
let's see.
The Whole Foods, they're closing after, what was it, 17 months? Or 14 months?
I think it was 14
Yeah.
or, yeah.
14 months. In the 14 months that they were open, they had 568 calls to the police.
Right? 568.
That's 1.7 calls per day, according to my math here.
Oh, God. Yes, in case anybody doesn't know, there's like 365 days to a year. So 14 months, that's like a little over 400.
So we're not that bad. To what do I attribute? our success? Do we have smarter politicians? Oh, hell no. I think it's the weather. It gets too cold in Boston.
Too cold for people to go out and do bad things?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Too cold to live on the streets. And a lot of their problems are drug addicts living on the streets.
Well, speaking of the weather, how was the weather? Today was flipping 75 degrees out.
I'm looking forward to San Francisco paying reparations. I don't think they're gonna have it in their budget.
No. That's a big no.
Here we go. 350 California Street. Back in 2019, they said it was worth $300 million. It's on the auction block now. How much do you think they're trying to sell it for?
Okay, 300 million?
300 million. Oh,
2019?
and back in 2019, it was only 15% vacant. Now it's 75% vacant. But okay.
Oh, it's an apartment building.
No. It's a commercial. It's commercial
Oh,
property.
commercial. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
$300 million. How much do you think it's worth today?
Commercial, what's it worth today, huh? 100 million.
Not even close. It's worth 60 million. They expect it to go for 60 million. That's almost an 80%.
Oh, 60 million? Oh.
That's your tax base, San Francisco. How are you going to pay reparations if no one's paying your taxes?
I don't know. I don't like to talk
It's too expensive a city to allow this to happen to it.
It's very shocking that it got that bad. Now, did you learn this from your one of your favorite YouTubers, Gary, or?
No. Oh, Gary fled San Francisco. He's in Texas now. Just about everyone's fled San Francisco. I just caught an internet article on that. All right.
Is there a party outside? Or is it just-
I believe that's the wind, actually. Believe it or not.
That's the wind?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Really.
Sounds rhythmic.
Let's see. I don't have the room here to do sides, so we'll just do top and bottom.
So 43 live stream, quote unquote live stream, 43?
Yes, we have to come up with a title for this. Usually I have to make the title of the live stream ahead of time, and then worm our chat around to making the title make sense. But now we are pre-recording, so we can have a more natural title. We can call this "Let Women Be Women." I don't know. The Gamora, Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy. Or we can call it San Francisco, what are you doing? I don't know.
Well, this is the
I left my wallet in San Francisco.
my wallet is extra. Well, this is the very beginning of the podcast, so things could take a turn. So maybe we should wait. I tend to try to steer you away from the political stuff, so maybe we could get more on to, whatever movies we're not going to go see.
And you know, we're never gonna see Guardians of the Galaxy because we're never gonna buy Disney Plus, and that's where it's going straight to Disney Plus after this, after it's in the theaters.
I actually think that, what's the show that they would, oh, look at it, it's an orange moon. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a pretty moon. Oh,
Shiny object.
it literally, a shiny object. Come on, that moon wouldn't distract you if you looked up and saw that pretty moon.
I can't see it from here.
I know.
So my back's turned to the windows. All right, that's that panel item. And the last one that requires some finished penciling. I don't know if we're working on this one today. Let's.
I happen to be doing my coloring
Ah.
because I am once again behind in the coloring.
No, you're fine. All right, since we're afraid of smearing any of the ink, I guess we're going to use Karen Gillian as our shield for today.
Oh, jeez.
It's either Karen or the Guardians. Who's Yeah, I don't think I can use Karen. She's too much of a distraction. Let's put Karen aside. Now here, there are no women here who are going to distract me.
Is that our wedding picture? No, I'm just kidding. I can't see you anymore because I used to be able to see the monitor as you went live.
Yeah, she was the monitor, and
Even though it was on a hell of a delay.
yeah, we're just running this off QuickTime, simple Apple product that comes with the Mac.
So do you think it's picking up the sound of the fan over here?
No.
Good, because I need the fan. I think I'm having hot flashes. Which is unusual for somebody at the age of 23.
Yeah, someone so young. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I'm. It is a warm night.
Well, yeah. I mean, all joking aside about talking
Jeez.
about the weather, it was 75 degrees out today.
I had not noticed. The audience may or may not notice that the cartoonist is wearing a bathrobe.
A big, snuggly bathrobe
I just took a shower, nice and clean. What the hell?
where the colorist is wearing like
Nice and clean before I get covered in ink.
wash off the old ink to put on the new ink.
Yes.
It's the circle of life.
Today's culture being
Ooh.
covered in ink usually means tattoos. I have no tattoos, but I'm still covered in ink.
You do have one tattoo, but we're not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, I got a tattoo on my colon.
And you don't know. It could be like a pirate ship.
An anchor. It says "Mom" with a heart. No, actually, I gave the
Mom with a
the doctor. They went in there and removed something, and they tattooed the area so they know where to look in the future. So I gave the doctor some tattoo ideas of what I wanted in there. This way out and stuff like that, in case a gerbil ever gets caught up there.
Oh, no. Lenny Rooks.
Yeah. But I guess now they have like a tourist attraction when they go in there. They have something to look for.
You have now reached
The duodenum, yes.
the Hawaiian girl. At least it wasn't a skull and crossbones. That could have gotten really ugly.
That's kind of funny. I put it out of my brain. I completely forgot they actually do have a tattoo on my colon.
I forgot until you just mentioned tattoos and it's gone back into my head.
So, now, sometimes when you go to a doctor's appointment, they'll ask you if you have any tattoos. Well, yeah. Now that you mention it. You're going to have to get up there with a camera if you want to see it, though. The little probes. Be gentle with me. It just seems that one way or another, I always seem to get naked for the doctor. I'm sure she appreciates it.
Well, I've said this before and I'll say this again. I come from a time when, if they wanted to x-ray your pinky, they would make you take off all your clothes and put on a Johnny. So I'm kind of used to being naked in front of every doctor known to man.
Yes, we know you have no
Nope, not a single bit of modesty when it comes to doctors. Nope.
When she had a hip replacement, she had a infection. So every doctor had to come in and look at her.
Oh, no, sweetheart. Not just every doctor. Every change of nurse, at every shift, had to come in to check to see how the infection was progressing or slowing.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Ford. May I see your vagina today? Oh, yes.
Miss, I'm And thanks for giving out my
Maiden name, huh?
Although I think it's on Facebook anyway.
Yeah. Pretty sure they all sat in a nurse's station and said, "Hey, you want to go look at the vagina again?" Yeah, okay, sure.
We'll tell her, we'll tell her we're changing shifts.
Oh, hee hee hee.
Well, my thought about the whole thing is I'm probably not the worst they've seen nor the best they've seen of anything, so. And besides, I was so drugged up, man. I'm surprised I remember any of it. My friends claim I made drugged up phone calls to them.
I love you, man.
You're the best. Dude, remember that time last year? They never told me what I said. They just joked about it. So I'm thinking I either really didn't, or I just said, completely inane things.
I think I'm sweating here. It is.
I told you it was hot in here.
It's very.
It's very hot in here.
Oh no.
Take off all your clothes.
Oh no. I hope we don't attract homeless people. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No,
two,
we had the couches out there.
Um,
There was some guy
yeah.
out there that was questionable.
6. That's really strange. It's always 6. And this would be always 7. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, wow. It always works out that way.
It's almost like it's muscle memory and talent.
Oh,
Learning how to do
yeah, either that or it's a joke.
We're gonna have to force ourselves to watch some new TV show or watch some movie or something.
So that we have something to discuss.
So that we have
Well, we haven't finished watching Yellowstone thing, the whole Yellowstone thing. And
No, I think we have to wait for it to go onto the free, don't we?
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
season is still on the paid part.
oh, I don't know.
Something?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's ending though. Oh, and did you see that Kevin Costner's getting a divorce? So after 20 years, so his life is just kind of imploding.
He does this to himself.
He said
Just when he finds some success, Kevin Costner goes crazy.
Well, I don't think it sounds like this divorce is not his initiative. He did not initiate this divorce.
I have heard the rumor. I wasn't about to spread said rumor, but hey, since you're about to spread it yourself, someone on the set apparently is pregnant.
I know, but who? Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't that some of these things that come out just don't make sense.
And of course, the rumor would be that, it may be the work of Mr. Costner himself, which is why he's getting a divorce. Now, if a wife won't let her husband have a child out of wedlock, I mean, just
Really?
what's wrong? What's wrong with her?
Really?
It's the least she could do.
Really?
Bring a happy life into this world.
Really?
All right, that panel's
There
done.
are so many things I should.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
Say it. Say it.
No. Nope. Nope. I refuse to be blamed for something that I did not say. Or I did not create.
All right, there's our hero Fido. Perfectly suitable for stuffed animals, tote bags.
It just dawned on me what you were saying. I don't know why it took me so long. I'm like stuffed animals, tote bags. What the hell is he talking? Oh. Merchandising. Where the real money is made. Spaceballs, not a new movie, but a movie both my husband and I have seen, and I think we would both say we recommend.
Yeah, it's okay. You know,
It's okay.
when Spaceballs came out, I was thinking that it was like 10 years or 5 years too late. It actually turned out to be just in time. What you up to there, Chief Colorist?
Picture of
You have approached man's land.
I have approached Mansland. Mansland!
Yes.
Manslandia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't
Sorry.
get a good picture. Some things don't translate.
Yep, Hollywood. You used to have things called sex symbols. Yes, I know we're not supposed to objectify women, but
But you just can't help yourself. Where were you going with that, honey? I think is where that sentence probably should just remain, just for now, until we get something clearer.
and this is like seriously hurting these women's careers. Poor Margot Robbie.
I know, you keep mentioning her, and I don't see what is wrong with her. There's nothing
She's
wrong with her.
sexless.
I don't get that.
You don't look at her and go, "Wow." No, you look at her and, oh.
Well, maybe you need glasses. When was the last time you had your eyes checked? When you were going with me and you tried reading it too?
Well, some might say that I'm a unique individual in that I look for inner beauty.
You know, that's kind of a backhanded compliment, by the way.
Yes, I know I'm so wonderful.
Yeah,
All right, there's our hero Dino. Actually, not quite happy with his jaw there. I wonder if I can fix it without making too much of a mess.
Oh, that's gonna be neighbors. That music.
I've never heard music from our neighbors before. Really? Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
I've heard music outdoors, people driving by, but
I know
this building is really well insulated, and that you don't hear. You almost don't know you have neighbors.
I know, but I think it might be like their windows might be open and our windows are open, so it's not like from the outside. Like,
Oh.
it's not from the inside of the building. It's like from the outside.
Oh, okay.
Like I think it's somebody who's reasonably close to us. It's coming from their window.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Their open window too, not even like a closed window, because they must be a little bit long too. There's a big happy graduation sign on somebody's door out there, so maybe they're party.
Graduation. It's only May, right? March.
I know it's amazing.
May. Yeah. Okay. Okay. In my defense, that's really good for me to know the month. I don't, and I only know the year because I have to write it on the right hand corner of every comic strip. But
I guess we weren't gonna get to it.
yep. Well, there goes our traditional telephone call. I'm guessing Vicky's mother, Chief Colorist's mother. Let's see if we can listen in, folks.
Are you out of the ER or are you still in the
Yeah. She's going into another. She's going into another room. Oh shucks. I thought we'd have some entertainment there. So this is the greatest job in the world. I don't know if I've expressed lately. If everybody knew how much fun it was to be a cartoonist, everyone would be a cartoonist. And don't say you don't have the talent, because A lot of the guys out there don't have any talent. Doesn't stop them. Yes, it's getting increasingly windy out there. I doubt the camera's picking it. The microphone is picking it up. But the Cassian Endor effect, or just the Andor effect, is when a studio has so damaged their product that the audience just does not want to consume it anymore. I'm not saying it's a boycott or anything like that. It's just, yeah, I don't want to go. And as Guardians of the Galaxy is trending to be a box office disappointment, do you think they're gonna perk up and say, geez, I wonder what happened? Where did our audience go? Nope. They are out of touch. They actually believe Kathleen Kennedy, who has fired more people than she has hired, is doing a good job with Star Wars. They actually think Kevin Feige is doing a bang-up job with Marvel, especially after Phase 4. It's going to be a fun summer for Disney. But when the dust settles and all this is over, I don't think anyone's going to be looking back nostalgically and saying, geez, remember how great Disney used to be? To tell you the truth, I don't remember it. There's been their pattern. Buy a franchise, ruin it. They've done it with Pixar. They've done it with Star Wars. I'm doing it Marvel. Disney has been called the Princess Factory for a reason. And what kind of Princess Factory does that to a poor woman? That's photoshopped. That's got to be photoshopped. Let's make her look a little bit more androgynous. Or we make Peter look more feminine. All right. Let's. I don't know why. I just like to start with the nose. But it's usually a good idea to start left and work right. But I want to get the spirit of the expression right. And Dino has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Sign of the beast on his head. Why do I do those hash marks besides just for style? When I was younger, I used to work in animation, and they always taught you to make your characters as simply as possible so that you can animate them easily. And one of the main things they said never to do is little hash marks like that, because it's just a pain in the butt to get them registered, and so they don't flicker, flash. They always have to be in the same place logically from frame to frame. So just as out of some sort of perverse humor, I started doing that to make it as difficult as possible to animate. I've written a treatment for a Fido Christmas, which I've just realized I should update. But it's more or less just retelling a lot of the jokes from early years of the comic strip. The plot is the landlady downstairs, Mrs. Abraham, decides that there'll be no dogs allowed in the building. So Fido has to disguise himself as a cat. And Dino is overjoyed to learn that, well, there are no dogs allowed in the building. And he wants to get rid of Fido. Goes down to complain to Miss Abraham, and she says, "Who are you?" "I'm Dino. Your name's not on the lease, young man." And so now Dino has to disguise himself as a cat. Oh, and of course, hilarity ensues. They do not really know how to behave like a cat, but fortunately, they have Mrs. Abraham's cat, Felicia, to train them and the finer points of how to be a cat. You know, half of the joke is just the cat disguise is the simplest. See on the frame, the simplest mask that you can imagine, like that they just wear on their face, and that's enough to fool Miss Abraham. In the opening sequence, Fido does the "I can't let the cat out of the bag" joke, torturing Felicia, which is what leads Miss Abraham to make the decision to no dogs allowed in the building. Oh yes, when you write, it's this happened, therefore that happens, because this happened. It's never and then, and then, and then. All right. Fido really doing nothing in this joke. I just have to have him in the scene because, well, it's his comic strip. It looked like for a while there that Felicia was going to be taking over. I just had a lot of cat jokes. You know, I think it might be coffee time. You know, drink this before it gets cold. Gee, I just noticed this is going to be a non-sniffling broadcast. Usually we are sniffling up a storm. This is no more. It's no longer allergy seasons, and I never thought I had allergies. I guess I just never noticed. You notice a lot of things when you see yourself on camera, or at least see your hand on camera. I gotta clean. Yeah, more ink on my fingers. Great. Well, I do believe I hear the chief colorist returning. I trust all is well, Chief Colorist.
Yes, she's actually not in ICU. And said she was going to go to
She's
ICU.
going home soon, isn't she?
Probably. She probably won't even go back to the rehab. She'll probably go home. Well, I called because my mother said she was, with the room number she's in, it's kind of a weird room number. So I called and I asked to talk to the nurses station for that room number. And I said to them, is this ICU? Because they said she was going to ICU. And they're like, no, this is just kind of a place where people who have a lot of monitors on them stay. I said, okay.
They legitimately can't call themselves a intensive care unit. They're just sort of a moderate care unit. Yeah. Intensive care unit? Nah, we really can't get away with that one.
No, not so much.
No.
Not so much. I'm just shocked that she is actually the one who called me, my mother. I'm like, oh my god, I was expecting the doctor. She's a tough old broad.
Well,
Oh, anyway. Well, you called it though. You wouldn't get through the whole podcast without calling.
it should almost be on the bingo card.
It should almost be on the bingo card. Well, hopefully she'll get home at some point so she won't call me in the middle of this. Oh.
So the rules of broadcasting here is we do no editing, we do no censoring.
Okay. Why? What did you do when I wasn't here?
You'll only know if you ever watch the podcast, which I doubt you ever will.
I just might. You don't know that for sure. I've watched them before. I don't like to hear my own voice.
Yeah. While you were away, we were talking about the Illuminati and the UFO conspiracy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
That movie, Them, with Roddy Piper, where he looks through sunglasses and sees these aliens. That's
Is that what it's called?
That's a documentary. Yes.
I thought it was called something like They Live.
Oh, I don't know what it's called. I wish I had this magic box where I could just look things like that
your
up.
wife is covering the comment strip right now. I was about to say a sentence that I probably shouldn't say. Her magic box is busy right now. Well, she can't get to her magic box right now. That's worse.
It's like every doctor in the hospital has seen your magic box.
No.
Yes. Call back to the earlier story.
And that was when I was but a young lassie.
Woof.
Okay. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Who taught you how to count? It's 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
3. Okay.
All right.
So I was about to make a creative editorial decision.
Yes.
Not sure if I should run it past you or not.
Well, run it past the audience. What the hell?
Well, no, because I want to do it now.
What?
No, I'm just. Well, okay. Way back when, Boss Cat put together the restaurant for them to have their first date.
Yeah.
Now, since then, Boss Cat has bought
The bar.
the bar.
Right.
Now, I used different colors of orange for the Boss Cat's restaurant. And I was wondering if I should, I've kind of always done like a,
Well, you have to come up with a particular storyline in your head, like a head canon, to decide, well, Boss Cat owns this restaurant and this bar. Do you think maybe he closed the restaurant and brought the stuff from the restaurant over to the bar?
That's why I might change the color of the booths in the bar.
Ah.
Because I'm not sure I really match that color
Yeah.
anyway. And I'm thinking though, if I do this color, which I have more of, and I think it matches the theme better, that might work better.
Well, Chief Colorist, as the creator and president of Fido Corp, I, of course, am the person who would make this final decision. Would you not agree?
Yes, I agree.
But also, I've stated that I do not do anything I don't want to do. What is the reason why we're doing this comic strip? To
Make Charles happy.
to make me happy. You've got it right. And making that a decision like that would not necessarily make me happy. So I'm not going to make the decision, and I'm going to leave it completely up to you.
Yeah, see, you say that, right? But then it makes you unhappy or bitchy when you go.
Oh.
You'll say, what color is this, Chief Colorist?
Well, Chief Colorist, let's look at a sample of some of your work from last week.
Oh no, let's not.
What the hell? Since
Let's not.
you brought up the subject,
No, this is not pick on the time.
this is pick on the Chief Colorist time.
No.
Well, let's see. We have Fido and Felicia. This is Wednesday, the 10th of May.
This is not pick on colors time.
We have, I guess we've chosen to make the mouse gray.
What color would a mouse be?
How many gray mice have you seen? That's all
You
right.
want it to be-
No.
Every time I leave something white, you always yell at me.
Fido says, "What is it you're supposed to be doing around here? As a cat, I catch mice. How many mice have you caught? What's your job? As a dog, I chase away burglars. And how many times have we been robbed? If you don't tell the humans how useless I am, I'll keep quiet about you." And the mice, with the mouse leaving. I guess that's cheese? I thought it was a potato chip that he was eating.
Either one.
Yeah, it could go either way. All right. I've got to do the floor on this one before we can film it. And let's see what's going on Thursday. There's the Chief Colorist done here. And some graded shading on Dino's face, not bad. I tell her just to do a random scratching on the floor. When I do the lines, you don't notice it as much as you do now. All right, it's another think piece, I guess. And Dino is lying awake at night. And actually, I should make this look more at night. So I'm going to come back with a special effect and give us a shadow in the background here behind the word balloons. So it'll look like night. Yeah, I'd like to have a...
The outside light, isn't it?
Oh,
At night?
no, this doesn't have the window. I would like to have had more space between the eye and sometimes. That's too bad.
Oh, okay.
I guess maybe I can white that out and move it back. See, if we were doing this on the computer, we'd just lasso that and drag it to the right. But no. Charles got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Fun in that.
Yeah. So, Dino says, "I sometimes wonder if all my worries and concerns are insignificant to an indifferent world." Well, yours are. You have to be a dog to be important. Or a cat. Let's not get ridiculous here. All right. All in all, I'm satisfied with the work of the Chief Colorist here. He didn't do bad. Those are the only ones that we have yet to film. I just happen to have them up there on the corner of the drafting board. The famous ink-stained cherry board. See, comic strips can only be drawn on cherry wood. Wait a minute. Let's see. Right, yeah, there we go. Can only be drawn on cherry wood using these special squirrel brushes. The hair on these brushes, as I've stated many weeks, is specially harvested from Himalayan tree squirrels. This is in fact their pubic hair.
Now, sometime you're going to pick up a fan who is a PETA member, and you're going to get in big trouble, mister.
I don't harvest the pubic hair of the Himalayan tree squirrel. And
Harvesting.
furthermore, who says that we have to kill the Himalayan tree squirrels? Maybe we just give them a Brazilian.
But it's but it's their
It's the
hair.
fashion
And
these
it's their
days to.
hair, and you shouldn't make that decision for
It's the fashion these days to shave your pubic hairs,
if you're a Himalayan squirrel.
and human too.
Oh, and a human?
Which I would show the audience, as I am wearing a bathrobe and could show the audience, but
Let's not go down
but I'm not gonna do that.
No.
This is a
family show.
family podcast. I just noticed. I am just wearing a robe. Usually I dress for this. What's on under the robe, Charles? He's naked.
I think we all figured that one out, honey. But here's the thing.
What's that?
It's really hot in here, so I'm surprised you haven't taken the robe off.
Just in case the camera slips down, I've got to have something.
That's why, yeah. Alright.
Because it doesn't take much to move this camera. You're not exactly locked down. This is not a professional broadcast.
Today's broadcast has been cut short because the creator continues to mention the fact that he's only in a robe, sending the chief colorist into a tizzy, as you will.
Can't edit it. So if this camera slips down, it goes out there.
Nope.
That adds a little bit of tension. It's like a Chekhov's gun. Yeah, whilst you were away, I was discussing the Fido Christmas special,
Oh, okay.
the basic plot.
Okay.
Yeah, Miss Abraham makes a no dogs allowed rule, and Dino is of course overjoyed at his chance of being able to get rid of Fido. Fido disguises himself as a cat, and Dino goes to complain to the landlord, and she says, "Who are you?" So now Dino,
Whoops.
yeah, "You're not on the leash, young man." So now Dino has to disguise himself as a cat. And since they're doing such a lousy job at it, of course, Felicia is kind enough to give them cat lessons. It's basically a retelling of that old storyline from the comic strip. But it'll be fresh because most people haven't seen that old comic strip.
This is true.
And we wrap it in all up in a happy Christmas season. When,
Boy, you're already thinking about Christmas?
well, no, that's what this is a very Fido Christmas is what the special is tentatively called.
Oh, okay.
The animated special on characters that I have designed purposefully make to be difficult to animate.
Well, that's just not right.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Always works out that way. I know what you're saying. Cartoonist, why can't you just stop at 5? Silly people.
Can't just stop at 5.
Silly people.
Ridiculous.
It's unthinkable.
That is sacrilegious what you're saying right now.
So yes, this is what we do on a Saturday night. It's usually a little bit more noisier though. We have the TV on.
We don't have the TV on.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because we're paying attention to the podcast.
I'm also worried about copyright strikes or anything that might appear, might be heard.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
You must be the one with the brains.
One thing I can say for sure is I should not have any copyright strikes unless they hit me for what I did to the poster. Okay. I don't like the look of Groot. He kind of looks like my, yeah. Groot kind of looks like my cousin Dan.
All right,
And I guess there's a dog in this movie. Yeah, I didn't see that.
there's a dog in this movie?
Well, there's a dog in the poster.
Are you sure it's a dog? You sure, or is
Oh,
it
that's like a golden retriever.
raccoon?
That's
Right?
a golden retriever. And
It's a golden retriever. Oh, okay.
yeah. And for some reason she has a lizard on a stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that's a snack.
Ew.
I'm trying to figure out what's on Peter Quirrell's shirt. I guess it's just a random alien crap. But yeah,
Well, he's
that's
known for music, so maybe it's like a band logo or something.
let's fix Nebula here.
Don't
And
be crude.
and we got to do whatever we can do to get rid of that shade package that they seem to have given her. Yeah, this is definitely a photoshopped image. I mean, her shoulders aren't that beefy. And look,
You're saying things that look, and I'm over here blind to this whole thing. I'm just like,
yeah. All right,
I
let's.
can't react because I cannot see what you are showing. It's not like when you did it live. Unless you want me to come into man's land.
Stay where you belong. Actually, this is Saturday. I don't want to do this one yet.
Oh my goodness.
Let's do Thursday. As Wednesday, Friday, Thursday. I think this is more or less dry. I don't need a. Yeah. I don't need a piece of paper. So we can leave the Guardians of the Galaxy back there. And I'm gonna turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn Karen upside down so she's not distracting. All right.
You know, I think we are far wittier off camera. We were having quite a witty, lovely conversation before we started recording. I don't remember what it was about, because I'm getting old, man.
I guess you gotta start writing these things down. We'll have a
I
script.
thought you did.
We'll have a script.
Oh, no, we don't have a script.
Yeah.
We don't have editing or anything.
No, I only wrote down the thing that Valiant Renegade gave me about Kathleen Kennedy firing more people than she's hired. And it sounds counterintuitive. You know, how do you fire more people than you have hired?
Guess you have fewer people working for you now.
That's talent, Miss Kennedy. That will be your legacy. I cannot believe that anyone is going to be irresponsible enough to give her another $200 million to make another Ray Skywalker Palatine movie. No.
Palpatine, not Palpatine.
Papa Palpatine.
Palpatine.
I cannot believe anyone will be that irresponsible. Not even Disney would be that irresponsible to give her that money.
Guess what? Yes, they will.
They actually think she has done a good job, despite even Forbes telling them you've mismanaged this.
No, I think she knows where all the bodies are buried.
Well, she doesn't. No, she hasn't put out a film in many years. The reason being, she'd rather have her stuff appear on Disney Plus because it doesn't look as much of a. It doesn't look as much of a failure as it really is because they don't publish ratings. That Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, TV show.
I know, I get it. That's horrible.
Somebody should have been fired over that. They came this close to destroying Darth Vader. And you know they're going to eventually destroy Darth Vader. They can't help themselves. He's a toxic male. If only Rey were around, she could have defeated Darth Vader.
Mm.
The Amazing Wonder Ray.
But that would have meant killing her. No, no, she's not related to him. I got confused there for a moment. Who's related to who?
No, no. Rey's a Palpatine. She's married. She's a
She's the granddaughter.
granddaughter of so in the end, the Emperor won.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's exactly what he said. If you strike me down, I shall
I shall come back.
come back. Whatever. Yeah.
Twice as.
And that's just what she did. She struck him down.
Oh, but they don't remember what they said though.
They don't know how to turn on a lightsaber. For goodness sakes. Any 6-year-old kid knew which button you press to turn on the damn lightsaber. You remember that scene from the last film where Kylo Ren is in that TIE fighter about to run her down. And we see the shot from her hip as she pulls the lightsaber out and flicks the wrong button to turn it on. We all know the Luke Skywalker lightsaber that she had.
Well, maybe they revamped it.
Maybe she redesigned it. Or maybe there was nobody on the set who knew anything about it. George Lucas wouldn't have allowed that to go
Oh,
by.
God, no.
You need someone who knows this stuff. And not even knows the stuff, but likes the stuff even. You have the feeling that these people don't even like the product that they're producing. Consume product.
Move on to next comment. Do not pass go.
So the Andor effect is when you've so completely destroyed your product that your customer doesn't want to purchase it anymore. Now, let's explore the Andor effect in other products, like light beer, for instance.
Oh, let's not get into all of that. You really want to kick up the ruckus?
Nope, I don't want to touch that with a.
10-foot pole.
Well, I was going to say a
No.
pubic hair squirrel paintbrush.
Oh, well, okay.
Usually, it's the pubic hair squirrel paintbrushes that makes all the editorial remarks here. I did not print out a Bud Light can to fix that for them.
Yeah, we just leave the whole Budweiser light controversy. Let's just leave that alone. A lot of people.
Hey, I did not reference the box of Yummy Cakes. So I remember there were 3 and then 1 on the side here.
Okay.
But my headcanon storyline here is the Yummy Cakes. If this box is different from the ones that you've colored in the past, it's because the Yummy Cake Corporation has redesigned their box.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
So that may or may not be the case.
Okay. I take it you don't have a yummy cake box as part of your cheat
No,
sheet?
no, I don't. Geez, the monitor just went into screensaver mode. Yeah, okay, we're still recording. I was wondering if it records after if it goes into screen-saving mode. Oh, hell, let's check and see how long we've been going here. We're at 1 hour and 9 minutes. Okay, we got a little while yet. See how much we can get done. So I maintain that Marvel has hit the Andor effect.
Mm-hmm. Nobody cares anymore. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy should have been one that a lot of people saw because it was the first 2 were well received. Well received.
The only criticism I've heard about this is it's too long. It should have been edited, and it looks as if it wasn't put together right. There's
Oh, really?
well, the main villain, which is a good villain apparently, he has this planet full of animals. Spoiler alert! And he destroys it. And perhaps he just to show that he's such a villain, they should have put that him destroying that planet in the beginning of the film.
Oh. So what is it, just mentioned, or?
No, no, no. I guess I don't know. I guess
Oh,
they
they don't
show.
have it?
No, well, he does it later in the film.
Oh,
He should have done it in the beginning.
gotcha.
That sets the stakes. Darth Vader blew up Alderaan in the first act of Star Wars. To show he's the villain. Look, we can blow up a planet. Oh. So there's some structural.
Thousands of tiny voices screaming out at me.
There's some structural problems with it, as well as it needed to be edited. It's too long, too self-indulgent.
Well, someone was talking about, which is something I never even thought of, that they should stop doing this too because they can't get as many showings in the theater.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you have a 2-hour movie, then you can get X amount of showings. But if you have a 2-hour and 30-minute movie, you're cutting out at least one showing of a day because you're going at least 2 hours over. You know, instead of 4 showings taking you 8 hours, now 4 showings are taking you 10 hours.
That's part of the secret of the success of Mario. It's only the Mario Brothers movie. It's only 90 minutes long. You're in and out.
So wait a minute, isn't Mario Chris Pratt too?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. It's the season.
So I
It's
guess
the
he's
season
part
of
the
the season of Pratt.
The season of Pratt. See what happens when you marry into Schwarzenegger family?
It's the long run times. The reason why I haven't seen Avatar.
Not this one. No, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, it is Schwarzenegger.
I haven't seen Avatar because it's almost 3 hours long.
I thought it was over 3 hours.
Oh, you-
long, to be
okay.
honest with you, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm not arguing with you. Sorry, if I'm going to watch something for 3 hours long, I want it to have a good story.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the pretty colors, though.
Is there an intermission?
No! There's not even a damn intermission.
The
Oh.
only movie I remember watching that had an intermission was Dances with Wolves. And I was very confused when it came with the intermission. Like, what is this? And it was right after the long scene of the buffaloes crossing
The Buffalo Hunt, wasn't Buffalo Hunt when he...
Buffalo Hunt, yeah.
I guess we're back on Kevin Costner then. Just when
That's when you
he's...
think you're away from Kevin Costner.
Just when he starts to do well with his career, he flubs it up.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If it is true that there's somebody pregnant and all that crap and he's going through a divorce, then it sounds like he wasn't fucking up his, pardon my language, he wasn't messing up his career, he was messing up his life, and that affects his career.
Yeah.
But he was married to his current wife for something like 20 years, I think. So it's not like it's a fly-by-night marriage or a trophy marriage.
Hmm.
My mom watches one of those, you know, dead people shows. The game show called Tattletales. And it's all these celebrity couples, and they answer questions.
Yeah.
And my mom is always, like, curious about, you know, whether they're still married and all, or, you know, how long they're married.
These are Hollywood people. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, it's true. My mother will always say the same thing. She's like, they all go out on there and they're all so much in love and they all look so cute together. And then you find out, well, they divorced a year later. Or this was their third wife or fourth husband or whatever.
Some people are incapable of being happy.
That's true.
I won't name names, but there is an individual in our family who I do not believe this individual will ever be happy. And the reason why they
Alright,
have
don't
done
do
this
that.
to themselves is they say, "Oh, I want to be happy." The irony of ironies. But then again, why do I draw this comic strip? To make me happy. Make me fucking happy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't I look happy?
Can't tell. The robe's so long. I mean, you know what they say. Happy wife, happy life.
We'll get a strike on the YouTube thing here saying the cartoonist was naked. I'm sorry, this is for adults only.
Gary didn't get a strike and somebody actually got up and peed. Stood up and peed.
Yep, he stood up and he peed on the camera. Yeah, and we got to see that it was cold in the room.
Well, that's why Gary said he didn't get a strike. YouTube didn't even notice it.
It didn't pick
so
it up.
small.
It was so small the algorithm didn't pick it up.
Ah,
I think we'll still be talking about that
well, come on. That was
days, months, years,
that
centuries
was
from
a
now.
very funny moment. A very unexpected moment. Although Az claimed he saw it coming, so to speak. He anticipated it. Let's not say saw it coming. He anticipated it.
Dino's got a good man spread going here. But I'd have to say that's Disney's problem, misandry. They really do not like men.
Isn't misandering women?
No, misogyny is not.
Misogyny.
Misogyny is not liking
You're
women.
right. No, you're right.
Misandry is not liking men.
Okay. Yep. I was going to a different place in my brain.
Vocabulary lessons for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, shut up. I mean, please refrain from speaking.
And back onto the Andor effect. Amazingly, Star Trek from Paramount hasn't completely fallen to the Andor effect yet because we all enjoyed season 3 of Picard. But we know it's a one-off and it's never going to happen again.
Well, is it the last season of Picard?
Yeah. Well, it's the last thing that Terry Metalis, the genius
But behind it.
behind it, is ever going to do. Which is a shame. See, Terry is just a guy who loves the product.
But it sounded like, for whatever purpose, they actually left him alone.
Because they didn't care.
Yeah. But even other times when they supposedly didn't care, they didn't leave somebody alone. I think they probably was gonna just play ball. Or they were so dumb that they thought that people would also not like this season.
Well,
Like, oh, he can do his different things, but they don't like it anyway. He can do what they've all been asking for, but they're not gonna like it.
there's apparently like a Roddenberry Association.
Is
People
there?
who are. Well, they just made a short film of
Oh!
the rescue of the Enterprise that crashed in the film.
Oh, yeah.
That looked interesting.
That was the one with
Yes, they resurrected Leonard Nimoy.
Like quite literally.
Yes, sir. Kind of like I I assume they've got him in like a glass box, like they had Vladimir Lenin in Red Square, and they just defrosted him and brought him out for this. We all know that's what they're going to do with Harrison Ford after he dies.
Harrison Ford will never die. In more ways than one.
Disney is going to do whatever they can
To keep that man alive.
to keep that man
Actually,
alive.
they don't need to keep him alive. They keep killing him off.
Yeah,
None of
right.
his characters are still alive anymore, are they?
Well, Kathleen Kennedy is going to dig him up so she can kill him one more time.
One more time.
Regarding Henry, this time he dies. This time we'll kill him. Kathleen Kennedy really does like to kill Harrison Ford. I'll give you that. She's her favorite man to kill.
It's her pastime.
So will Harrison Ford be dead? Oh, I mean Indiana Jones be dead in this film?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a deadbeat dad who dies. And she's already made him a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
So,
Apparently, in the original script of the Indiana Jones 5, they were going to travel back in time and kill him in a younger form, so that all of Indiana Jones's history would just disappear, and then Phoebe Waller-Bridge was going to have to go back and redo everything that Harrison Ford did. So they actually have filmed, they're never going to use, things of her running away from that big ball that's rolling down the tomb, and they got her doing all the other things that Harrison that all the other iconic scenes that Indiana Jones did.
because that's what everybody wants.
But you'll never see that.
No.
They have rewritten and rewritten. This film has been filmed multiple times by now, so nobody knows what it's going to be. About the only thing that I'm sure of, it's going to be a confusing mess.
Too many cooks in the broth.
Remember when they did Rogue One? There's this great scene of Jen Erso as she's up in the tower and she runs out and this TIE fighter floats up. Yeah, that wasn't in the film. It was in the preview. I never made the film. They actually have the scene, but without the TIE fighter. Because I'm thinking, when they made it for the preview, they said, "Oh, this looks cool. Give us another thing that looks cool. Well, let's put a TIE fighter up here." Okay, but how do we fit that in the story? I don't care. It'll look cool for the preview. We just have to get people to see this film. Consume product, not.
Once they buy the ticket,
We don't care.
we don't care.
Nope, no, we don't care. And Rogue One is still considered their better Disney Star Wars film. I hated it.
I'm indifferent to it. I don't remember enough of it to hate it or like it.
It was a classic example of false advertising. It should be a classic example, at least. And Chris Gore is doing the trial of Disney Star Wars, and I hope they bring this up. The Chris, if you're listening, the Rogue One preview was fraud. They showed us something in the preview that did not appear in the film. They showed us a lot of things in that damn preview that did not appear in the film. Fraud, Chris. It's fraud. He's got like hundreds of people who are just
Yeah, he said that.
who's just glamoring onto this. And I know for a fact that Lucasfilm and Disney is just going to completely ignore it.
Oh,
But this was your audience there, folks. You wonder where your audience went?
they're watching Chris Gore.
No, they are Chris Gore.
They are. I was gonna say they're watching Chris Gore judge you, sit in judgment of you.
This writer's strike, not a good idea, folks.
Oh, I keep forgetting about the writer's strike.
Somebody used Chat AI to rewrite Disney Star Wars, and it was markedly better. Artificial intelligence could have done your job better than you did your job. You're in trouble, folks. We used Chat AI a couple weeks ago here to try to write a Fido joke, and it didn't work, but it was fun anyway.
It kept going to, oh, what did it keep
It
doing?
kept getting pretty perverted. I don't know.
Yeah. Dino is like a rapist.
Just about, yeah. A drunken rapist. Yeah, that's humor.
Boy, isn't that funny? No, it's not funny. What the hell's wrong with you, AI?
Yeah, I don't think AI is there yet, but it's right now better than anything that Lucasfilm has on their story group. But they're cleaning house over there at Disney. I think 400 people are being laid off.
Really?
Just not 4,000. Just
even-
yeah, just not the right 4,000. You know that they're laying off people who need the job and who actually do the job. They should lay off the people who have lost you money.
Yeah, but they want you to.
Well, you need your diversity department. That's vital for all entertainment.
And your intimacy coordinator.
Yes, and your COVID coordinator too.
Oh,
You need
COVID
that.
coordinator.
You need your COVID coordinator, and you need your intimacy coordinator. Even though I haven't seen any intimacy in any Disney films since Escape from Witch Mountain,
Oh. I think they have.
Lady and the Tramp, maybe.
Yeah. I think they have a different definition of intimacy than we do.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Fido's head is in front of Dino here, so let's do him first.
Speaking of intimacy, Fido's head is in front of Dino.
Yes.
Let's do him first. Ooh. Ah, I broke the tip off of that
I heard it.
pencil again.
I actually heard that tip snap.
That's tip snap.
Yes. Yep, I'm pretty sure the microphone picked it up too.
That's the most frustrating. You got a nice tip on a colored pencil and and I'm not even that strong. I will admit I'm not even that strong. I mean, for God's sakes, if I can snap it.
Yeah, baby, you can snap it.
Yeah, I can snap
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in case you haven't figured it out yet, I do the character inking first, let it dry, then go back with a ruler and get all the straight lines in the background.
With the let it dry being one of the most important parts.
Yeah, gotta let it dry. Yeah, I think my coffee's cold. This is really funny. My coffee is cold, and my soda is warm.
These things should not be that way.
Is there any way to change that, reverse those? Yes, I know. They're both reaching the same temperature. All right, let's see. Let's put this sucker up on the magnets. What else can we do with the Guardians of the Galaxy here?
They're just like, yeah.
And here's the thing, poor Chris Pratt, he went through all this workouts to show that he had muscles, and they're even covering up all his muscles, and he's got like he's got six-pack abs here that you don't see because the t-shirt's kind of floppy and it's like over, it's not tucked in. And Groot is right here blocking off any chance of showing a bulge on Chris Pratt. But yeah, we got a bulge over here. We got Dave Bautista is of course being modest. And yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy for you, ladies and gentlemen.
A movie we will never see.
A movie we will never see because it's going straight to Diznee. Diznee. It's,
Disney.
that's Diznee. It can't be called Disney anymore. It's Diznee. And what a shame they've lost Reedy Creek. Now they have to pay taxes and pull permits like everyone else.
I'm still floored that they didn't have to do that.
Well, Walt made the deal in the '60s.
No, I
He was
understand.
going to build a city. He was going to actually build a city. Instead, they said, "Hey, let's not build a city. Let's make a theme park."
Okay, but do you understand that that was before we were born,
Yeah.
and it's still happening? That's like what. That's what I'm in awe of.
Well, the politicians never got around to fixing it. They always, every year, they said, "Oh, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. We'll fix that." And it wasn't until Disney got stupid and picked a fight with Ron DeSantis.
Well, every now and again, don't they do something like for every city and every state? They do like old laws that are still in the books. Like,
Yeah.
You know, you can't
In
shoot
Massachusetts,
raccoon after, you know.
in Massachusetts, it was the blue laws. Yes.
Yeah. Feral raccoons cannot be shot between the hours of 5 and 6 on every off Thursday. But there are some places that I think the blue laws finally are not on the books anymore. But there are some places that still have like bizarre old laws that are still in their bylaws, still in their constitutions, if you will.
Yeah, they're just not enforced.
No.
About
Don't even know about them.
Yeah, about the only silly laws that are still around, I think, are like a lot of towns still are dry. There are no liquor stores. There are no bars. Those-
Supposedly Saugus is a dry town.
Well, not anymore.
There's no bars. There are lounges, but there are no bars.
Okay. There is a corner where there's a place selling pot. There's a liquor store. There's a
wow.
bar. That's also a sports pub and
but a liquor store-
sushi bar.
That's the name. Liquor store's name.
Ah.
And Cappy's is Revere. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and that's always stuck in my head. I don't know who it was, and I don't know what the
Well,
rationale was.
Malden, I believe, is a dry town, and
Malden is?
yeah. What else? Well, but a lot of these dry towns, what they did is the corrupt nature allowed them to open up things like yacht clubs or
Oh,
social
yeah.
clubs that were more or less just bars anyway.
Well, yeah, Saugus has its fair share of yacht clubs and
I mean, for goodness sakes, the Beachmont Yacht Club is landlocked 18 hours a day. You might be able to get a dinghy out at high tide
if you try really hard.
if you can get under the bridge in Winthrop. I guess at one time it was a dry town. It's certainly not anymore. But there are a lot of leftovers there. There's a guy who delivers alcohol, and I guess he's a holdover because he used to be a moonshine, a bootlegger during Prohibition.
Oh, sweetheart, that person you're thinking of has to be dead.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, no.
Okay.
This
I
is
thought you
a
said
family.
still
This is a family business.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was still around. I'm
No,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
sweetheart.
This is a family business. If you had a boat, which many people did in that area, you could just go out a few miles and there'd be a Canadian out there running a liquor store.
A lot of people in my neck of the woods when I was growing up had boats. And it was just a river that we lived near, not ocean. Easy enough.
Yeah, no, in that era, the only reason to have a boat was to go visit the liquor store.
Of course, we all know that, I like boats and cruises, but I'll never get my husband on one.
No. You want to live close to where you work because you generally want to avoid a long commute.
It's not
So
a
why the
commute.
fuck would you want to commute for a vacation?
It's not.
It's a commute.
No, it's not.
Does the boat take you someplace?
Yes.
Yes,
but
that's
it's
called a
not-
commute.
But it's not just a boat.
The hotel, it's a hotel that takes you someplace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
a
not
commute.
a commute.
That's a commute.
It's almost like a city, actually. That's what she says. It's a commute.
Yes, but how many cities have the ability to sink? Oh, in fact, wait a minute. Let's get even better. Who in this room actually survived a shipwreck? She was off the coast of Quincy, I believe. You could see your home.
And we've already had this discussion. I was in danger. I guess it was a shipwreck, huh?
Yeah, it was a shipwreck. You were nearly a castaway.
For 3 hours.
Yeah, see, three.
The weather started getting rough at the time. It wasn't even the weather. It was
No.
the sandbar. Oops, didn't see that.
You know, we've only been going in and out of Boston Harbor for 280 years. You'd think we'd know where the sandbars were.
This particular sandbar kind of just snuck up on me.
Yeah, ran right out in front of the boat.
Yep.
Hate when that
As
happens.
I've said 1,000 times, it wasn't so much that we hit the sandbars, that we hit the sandbar on an angle.
Yeah, like this. So the tub just kept a little bit of water in there.
Depending on which side of the boat you were on, you either had water on the toilet side of your bathroom or in the shower side of your bathroom.
Sign me up for that vacation, Toots. I'll take that. Yeah.
Well, that's how, come on now. That's an oddity. You can't go by that. And that was my mother and I on a boat. My mother and I are not going on a boat again. Together. We were stuck there, literally. And we were talking to this one girl, and I'll never forget it. She was so funny. She's like, "Oh, that's nice. A daughter takes her mother on a cruise for her 60th birthday. And now they're going to die together. Isn't that nice?"
I can't believe you, of all people, still want to go on a boat.
I've been on 3 since. I've been on 3 cruises since that cruise. No, I'm sorry, 2. 2? 3? 2. Maybe just 2.
When we first met, I owned a boat, you know.
And you never took me out on it.
I literally abandoned that thing at the yacht club. Alcohol was involved.
In the abandoning or in the buying?
Yeah, and both.
Both, okay. My uncle had a boat for a long time. He used to take it out near another mention of the Cappies. Near the Cappies, I think it's the Ever Cappies, the one that's down by,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think like the only reason to own a boat is alcohol. And if you really don't drink anymore, I don't drink anymore. If you don't drink anymore, you don't need it.
I've been sober on many a boats.
Ah, really? What fun is that?
It was fun. It was still fun.
There must be some sort of increased effect that motion has
I'm
on the.
sorry.
Must be some increased effect that motion has on the consumption of alcohol.
That's entirely possible, probable. One of the girls we went with on one of the trips was seasick nearly the whole time. And I felt so bad for her. She tried almost everything. She tried pills, she tried like home remedy things, like I think she wore rubber bands on her wrists or something that you're supposed to snap if you start to feel sick. The only time I got sick on a boat was on my cousin's boat. And I swear it was because of the food I ate before, not because of the boat. But I got over it. I was sick for like 5-10 minutes.
In my youth, I went outside the harbor, and it's really rough out there. It's something called the ocean.
Yeah.
See, we go out there in Boston Harbor, and we say, "Oh wow, this is the ocean. Look how wonderful it is." But no, 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 no. You get the hell out of Massachusetts Bay, and you're in the fucking Atlantic. You've got 50-foot swells sometimes,
And sandbars.
and your boat goes up like that and down like that.
And sandbars. You got a lot of sandbars out there. A few years ago, my aunt sent me a copy of one of the stories written about it.
You know, I vaguely remember hearing that there was a boat stuck.
Well, my aunt and uncle were supposed to be picking my mother and I up,
Mm.
and they were doing horribly, telling people what was happening. My poor aunt and uncle must have driven in and out of Boston like, I think 6 times over the 24 hours they were stuck.
Is this the same aunt who fell off a cruise ship herself?
No, we don't discuss that. This is Myrtle and Earl.
Oh, okay, yeah, the good
The
ones,
aunt and uncle.
the good ones.
The aunt and uncle. The major aunt and uncle.
Yeah,
And then I told you, right, that there was a mother and a daughter that were airlifted off of it.
and I thought it was you
The
guys.
daughter's, health. So there were a few people who knew us who were like, oh shit.
Why didn't you pull the handicap card to get off the boat,
Because
dummy?
there was no reason to pull the handicap.
Sure there is.
No,
You're
no, no.
handicapped.
I'm not handicapped in such a manner that I can't stay on a boat.
Hey, listen, you get cool parking spaces, use them.
I told you, no self-respecting, actually disabled person thinks that the handicap spaces are cool.
You don't have to pay parking meters. Oh,
You know, you say that, but I don't know if that's true. I've never tried because I'm too honest.
when you worked in Boston, you parked there every day. Did you
Oh,
ever
yeah,
get
you're
a
right.
ticket?
You're right. I'd forgotten that already. I worked in Boston. Oh yeah, that was before I got axed.
For that major university? I'm thinking we're doxing ourselves.
What do you mean weak, Wasabi? I'm just.
I gave out your damn maiden name a little while ago.
Yes, I know. You're the one who gave out Cherry Hill Studios. And... Would you like to tell them my mother's maiden name too?
I think they could figure that. They could guess that one
They can guess my mother's maiden name. No,
because
see,
it's so
nobody can
common.
guess it.
It's so common.
No, see, nobody guesses it. That's what's common.
Why? It's the most common American name there is.
Yep.
Wojciechowicz.
My mother called me Vicky Ford the other day. And I said, Vicky who? She said, Crocy.
Well, she's getting mail. Ina Croce.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my God, I forgot that. She got mail, Ina Crocy. That's the last time you two spend any time alone. Well, my dad still gets mail. My dad died in 1989. Every now and again, my mother gets. She's followed my mother. Every now and again, she gets something with his name on it in her mail. There's no telling what list you get on.
All right.
All that crap.
I don't know, for some reason, I like drawing Dino's shirt picking up like that. And finally, let's do the punchline panel. Oh, wait a minute, let's get the... All right, hey. Remember I said last week, never draw your characters that small?
Yeah, and last week you drew them small, and this week you drew them small too?
When I've got to do a group photo, they got to be small.
Yeah. What is this, like a do as I say, not as I do?
I just don't listen to myself. But that makes everybody, huh? Nobody listens to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, Felicia has 3 whiskers on one side, 4 on the other, because she had a rough kittenhood.
Did Nick Fury cook on her?
Yes, we wonder why Marvel has Andor syndrome. A cat scratched out Nick Fury's eye in the Captain Marvel movie. That completely destroys the Civil War, where he lifts up the eye patch and says, you know, you got to keep an eye open. Yeah, the last guy I trust, I lost this eye. The last person I trust cost me whatever, cost me an eye. Really? So it was the cat? F you, Marvel. I hope, I damn hope that this the Marvels with Nick Fury fails, because you've destroyed that poor Sam Jackson. All actors, stay away from Disney and stay away from Marvel. Stay away from Star Wars. Stay away from anything that has any taint of Disney on it. It destroys your career.
Oh,
Sam Jackson? Yeah.
Samuel Jackson was in Star Wars too.
Well, he was there under George Lucas. And that did not harm his career.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I'll actively state that playing Nick Fury is gonna harm Sam Jackson's career.
It didn't for like 10 years, but it is going to start now.
Oh yeah.
So Sam Jackson's getting residuals from Star Wars. Well, I mean, there might not be that many, but Jurassic Park. There's one of them anyway.
Oh.
Oh,
There goes the circuit breaker. Can you get it, or do
I
I?
can get it.
All right. Blew a circuit breaker there,
What
folks.
time? It's 11 on the dot, right?
Yeah, it should be. Let me check. Yep. We can time when we're gonna blow a circuit. We're good.
So now it's going to be. Yeah.
5 hours and 55 minutes from now. 5:55, huh?
So 4:05.
Oh.
Because it's 11. Oh,
Yep. You do that. Well, here's the thing. The fan audience rallied around Picard Season 3. Is it possible that Marvel can fix themselves like Star Trek has? Interesting question, for me at least. Marvel, is it fixable? You need a good villain. You need heroes, and you have none of the above. I would say maybe it's fixable with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. And what you got to do with the Fantastic Four is set it in the 1960s. You make the reason why they weren't around during all this stuff, Thanos and such, is because they were away from off exploring the universe. Fantastic Four were always explorers. But do not hire Mila Kunis to play the Thing. What the hell are you people thinking? I like her too. I don't want to see her. I don't want him to do. I want to see Mila Kunis like that. I don't want to. Where the hell is that paper? Where are the guys? Yeah, there we go. I want to see Mila Kunis like that. Not like that. They take every pretty woman and they defeminize her. Womanhood is under attack, ladies and gentlemen. Mila Kunis as the Thing. You know, she should not take that role. It's vaguely insulting. You know, when a woman hits a certain age, she just has to play the Thing.
She's actually not that old. She's still reasonably young.
I think they're just trolling us now. They know that they've lost their audience. Now they just want to screw with us. Look what we're going to do to you now. We're going to take a really good-looking woman and cover her with rocks.
Didn't that actually end up coming out to be not true though?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I can't. That's just.
that's too bizarre.
That's too over the.
But I wouldn't put it past them.
No,
They've been gender swapping every other part. What the hell? Go for it, Diznee. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, all these need a bit of drying. 3. This sucker is going to require some finished penciling. I don't know why I got this accent going. Where's my other one? 3, 4. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of work, character work there. Okay, we're just coming up upon 2 hours. I'm going to call that a night. Always put the cap back on your ink bottle. You don't want to know what horrible things can happen if you don't have your cap on your ink bottle. Jesus. Okay. Thank you for joining us for this Vital live stream. It'll take about 3 hours, I think, to download this. You'll see it tomorrow at noon.